just introduce yourselves. Just a bit, your name, what you do. That's fine. Starting from you, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Obinna Ode, and I happen to be an engineer.
Okay.
I work, in one of the refineries around here.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's brief about me, and this is my beautiful wife.
What's your name, man?
Onyechi by name. My name is Onyechi.
Okay.
And this is my handsome husband.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your presence. I mean, this wine is supposed for drinking too.
Thank you for
You're gonna be drinking it.
Yeah.
So today I would like to talk about something very important. It's on marriage. So I'm doing a 2-part series on marriage. I did the first one. This is like which one the second one.
Okay.
So because there's this stereotype that when Nigerians get married, maybe a man that has been staying abroad or staying in Nigeria gets married and comes here and later on brings his wife over. There's this stereotype, if you go on social media, it's a very common thing, that, oh, you don't even bring your wife here. Don't even try it because you're going to suffer, right?
Okay.
So when I learned about you guys, when Henry told me about you, I was really curious because I was asking myself, there has to be somebody somewhere that is getting it right. There has to be somebody somewhere that, that is living out something that people should know, right? But before we start, I would like you to ask how long have you been married? How long have you been married as a couple?
Okay.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
I mean, so.
They asked you questions.
Well, they asked us a question.
Okay, I asked you both a question, so
Yeah,
someone should answer.
Okay, we've been married 7 years, right? 7 years, 2018.
Yes.
So yeah, we've been married 7 years.
That's good.
So
Okay.
it's almost 8.
Almost 8.
Almost 8 years.
So how was it? Were you both did you get married in Nigeria and then you both came here at the same time or one person came first? How was it?
Okay.
You answer now.
I'll let her answer.
Yes. She should answer something now.
Say
Just
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your question is if after we got married, both of us came here at the same time.
Yes.
No, he's been here like 10 years now.
He's been here for 10 years.
Yes.
13 actually.
Oh,
Okay, sorry, forgive me. 13 years.
Okay.
And I didn't come with him. I'm barely 3 years here in America.
This is amazing.
Yeah. So we got married traditionally 2018, and
Legally.
We didn't do legally 2018.
No, you were trying to say after traditional, right?
Yeah, traditionally was 2018, and then we didn't do anything else. So he went back to the States.
Okay.
I was in Nigeria.
So
we kept.
you guys were like dating
communicating.
even when you were here before you got married?
No.
No.
We met. Okay, should I start when we met? We met 2017.
Okay. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, we met 27 September 2017, and then the whole courtship, the whole dating was over the phone.
Yeah.
Because we met on Facebook.
Okay.
Or rather, social media, Facebook.
This is really interesting.
So we were talking. It was more of communication.
Yes.
So we did not even see ourselves. We've not seen ourselves as at when we met, and we knew we were getting married. We knew we were going to get married. So it was really much not dating for fun or just catching cruise, as Nigerians would call it.
Yeah. Exactly.
We were going the same direction. We were heading to the same destination. So he knew my intention and I knew his intention, and we were both intentional. So we pursued it, and then here we are today. We got married 2018. So we didn't even date or cut up to 1 year.
It was like 7 months.
Like 7 months plus.
This is very interesting.
So he came back to see me in Nigeria, to see me for the first time. So when he came back to see me for the first time was when he proposed. That's the first time where he did see me.
Yeah.
Where I did see him too.
This is interesting.
Yeah, he proposed. And that's like the 6-7 months of we meeting ourselves on Facebook. So yeah, it took place in Lagos, and after that he stayed for 3 weeks he went back to the state. He came back to the state. So we started preparing for our traditional wedding.
Yeah.
That's how it
That
happened.
was
That's interesting.
which was January. He went back January. So we had close to 1 year to plan for our trial, which took place September 1st, 2018.
Okay. So now you're 7 years in.
Yeah. 7 plus.
You know, I'm curious because you are a Nigerian man, you're a Nigerian lady, and you got married to a woman in Nigeria, and you brought her to the US.
Yes.
Against all odds.
Against all odds.
Great. So when you were trying to bring her over, did you guys like have a conversation about what to expect when you come here? So you know the ideal thing is if you are bringing a woman from Nigeria, there's this mentality, they are going to change, they are looking for liberation, you're going to see their true color because the laws pretty much work in their favor. How was it for you? Was there any form of agreement between you guys? Was there any form of, especially knowing that you guys did not really date for long, physically, to even know each other, to know the kind of person you're getting married to?
Yes.
So how was it? Did you experience any kind of fear or anything like that?
So there wasn't any prior agreements.
Discussion,
Or, there wasn't any prior agreements between myself and her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, to be honest with you, when I met her on Facebook and we started talking, I had known from the get-go that this was going to be my wife. I had a friend, a very, very close friend of mine, whom I confided in. I told him that I have met the woman I was going to get married to. And my friend actually thought I was crazy. He looked at me like, are you nuts? Like, are you crazy? Because he asked me where the girl, where's this girl? And I was like, she's in Nigeria. And he looked at me like, you must be out of your mind, So he thought I was joking until when I asked him to come with me to go pick out a ring, an engagement ring. And that was when he knew that, oh my God, so he's actually going forward with this.
So
he did try to talk me out of it.
Yeah, why was he trying to talk you out of it?
Because he has been in a prior marriage before. He's been in a marriage before and it didn't work out with him and his wife. And
are they Nigerians?
He's Nigerian. He actually married a woman from here.
Okay.
But it didn't work out in his favor. Okay. So he had that reservation. Then it wasn't like a Nigerian thing for him. It was like a woman thing, woman generally.
Okay, generally,
for him.
yeah.
So
yeah.
He was more of it's too hasty. You don't know this person.
Right.
You haven't met this person.
She's not worth it.
Like, don't you think that you need to do some more
investigation
and stuff like that? But I kept telling him this is the woman I was going to get married to. Then at a point I told him, you know what? Let me just take it like I'm taking a risk. Okay, let me take it like I'm taking a risk. If it works out, that's fine. If it doesn't work out, that's no problem. I'll learn from my mistakes. But this lady, I'm going to get married to her. And that was it. I just made up my mind. I got on a flight and I headed straight to Nigeria. And the day I saw her, I knew then and then that I was making the right decision.
The day you saw me physically. Or saw me where? On the internet?
Not on the internet. I won't lie. You're fire. You're hot.
So I'm on fire now.
You are. You still are.
You guys.
Because, like...
You still are, but we're talking in the past tense. So it's not like, I'm not saying, I wouldn't use the present tense for past tense, right?
Right, absolutely.
So that's why I'm not like in any way saying that you're not, you gave me two beautiful boys. So you're beautiful. I'm saying that when I saw her on the internet, oh my goodness, I just knew that, oh my God. Then I won't lie to you, was superficially, was what was the attraction at first.
Oh, I mean, there has to be something that attracts you before you
superficially,
superficially
was the attraction.
It's just like that.
Exactly. So I saw it superficially. The attraction was there. But when I saw her, when I met her in person in Nigeria, she was this shy girl. And I just knew there and then that no, this is gonna be my wife. Then along the line we hung out, we went out, and prior to that, prior to even traveling to Nigeria.
Yeah.
As a man, if you if you pay attention closely when you are in the talking stage with a woman,
Yeah.
you should be able to pick out some cues if this is a lady that aligns with you, like aligns with your
values,
your beliefs,
your beliefs, yes.
stuff like
Your
that.
thinking.
The way you think and all that kind of stuff. So while we're still at the talking stage, several times I wouldn't like to use the word test.
This man stressed my brain. I was thinking like
So
Chat GPT. Honestly, because he was crazy, but I didn't know it wasn't a real situation.
Yeah.
You know when you're discussing with your boyfriend, and then he start playing victim of. He just create a scenario, make up a story,
Just to get your own perspective of it.
something
that
like
is
that.
that is so realistic.
Yeah.
You sound like he's frustrated. He will sound like he's fucked up. He will sound like, in fact, he run out of options. What do I do? That will be the last
Several
question.
times I had
Then I will see myself thinking, give him suggestion. Have you tried this? Okay, let's do this way.
Several times I brought up scenarios of
I will now suggest what we're going to do. He'll be like, I knew it. How on earth did I not think about this?
That's really cool.
Like, because you did not think you've like, he will make you believe, and to God who made me.
Yeah.
I never for one day. It was later on after we got married. He was telling me that those things were never real situations, and I was even like, it's not true.
There are times when I would just
Because I will not be able to differentiate like if
between
it was
the real
really,
thing and the fake thing.
it will look so real.
I could
Sometimes
tell
it will be
her
like,
I could tell her I'm in trouble at work, for example.
Yeah.
Or,
you just tell me,
I might be losing my job
I might
tomorrow.
be losing my job.
Like,
Okay, this is what
something
happened. I fucked up at
happened
work.
and,
I don't know what to do.
I just wanted to see
Sometimes
her
you tell me
perspective.
he's broke.
If I mean, if
I need money.
if I'm in a dire situation, this
Yeah.
is a woman I want to make my wife.
Yes.
How would you handle a situation whereby I'm out of a job, for example?
Something that is testing your pressure.
Exactly. And how would you be able to handle situations whereby
I was thinking like
I'm,
a crazy
I'm in the hospital, for
Yes,
example,
yes.
or the different kind of scenarios I played out in at different times, and I would say she aced them all. She was
It's amazing because to be very honest with you, you did all these things and everything's working perfectly. Some people might have done this same thing, and then something might just come up and it will turn out bad for them. So now nobody's going to say, "Oh, I thought I made a mistake," or "I knew I was making a mistake." People don't know they're making mistakes until they have issues that make them realize that they've really made a mistake.
Yes.
But at the beginning of courtship, at the beginning of just before marriage, people act like the way they want to act until they get married.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Good.
Yeah.
And that is the case of so many people.
True.
So many people.
They might really be nice, but they don't think they owe it to that relationship to be nice. They want to reserve that. I feel some women are not married, or some couple end up not getting married because of individual differences, like how they present themselves.
Yeah.
For instance, when I met my husband, I was all out. That was me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't have to wait
Pretend
until I'm married
anything at all. Yes.
before I can show that this is what I will do if this thing pops up. If I have this situation, or
Yes.
if I'm caught up in the middle of this thing,
Yeah.
I don't have to wait to show him. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I have to start showing it then. Okay, when he was making up all these stories, I didn't have to say, okay, it's not my business. Okay, I'm
Yes.
just a girlfriend. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
I didn't wait to okay, I'm not a wife.
Yet.
Why? Yes.
So why would I want to
Why would
open
I
out
be
for
stressing
you?
myself like,
Exactly.
okay, fix my work now. Waiting for
Absolutely.
sign me.
Absolutely.
It didn't take me anything to tell him like, okay, I do I deserve your mother? Like, what's my business
Right.
with your work? It's your
Yes.
work now.
Yes.
Do I know anything about your work? I could think like that. Of course, I even thought of that, but you don't have to actually go that route.
Yeah.
Some women, or I feel some women, get it wrong. They might be nice, but they feel they don't owe it to that man at that time. Do you understand? They want to reserve it to, okay, when this relationship, when it's being defined like I'm a serious girlfriend, or I'm soon to be wife, or I'm a wife, before
That's
they
when I
can
can show my real self.
start contributing positively to this man's life.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what
I
I'm saying?
understand what you're saying.
So I feel they might be nice. You don't have to hold back what value you can offer in a relationship. If you know that thing, that best part of you, in fact, relationship time or your courting stage is the best time to exhibit all those beautiful things or qualities you think you have in yourself.
Right.
Then when you enter that marriage, if they show your past goals, that's why you don't enter. You understand? But some women want to reserve the good parts and dish out the ugly, acting like they are strong or play hard to get and all that. It might spoil markets for you. Because as the one is talking to you, honestly, he's talking to like 500 million people out there too. You're not the only person.
Was that the case for you?
That wasn't the case for me.
So men are
Be
different.
honest.
He's
Be honest.
he said it's not the same.
How you said I was.
The only person. That's his
You are the
point.
only person.
True.
Yeah, but I know you were there. He had cockroaches in his cupboard.
Oh my god.
Be honest. I might be the serious one, but he had a plan B. I'm sure he had a plan
I
B.
did not have a plan B.
But the
See,
truth is,
many people don't have plan B. Oh.
I didn't have a plan B.
he didn't
To be
have a
honest.
plan B.
No, I
But it was.
I was all out for her. I didn't have a plan B. I did have female acquaintances that I had.
That he could possibly fall back on. If,
No, not possibly fall back on. There wasn't anyone I could fall back on. I had female acquaintances.
Yes.
As the ones that I had emotional attachment with back in before I met my wife.
Yes.
So when she's talking about cockroaches, she's saying, she's talking about these acquaintances of mine, because along the line, now when we got married, she said, who is this person, who is that person, who is this person. But when I was talking to her, when we were in the relationship stage, I was very intentional with her. I did not have any. I wasn't, because sometimes when you're talking to multiple ladies, it beclouds your judgment too.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
You find yourself in a situation where you don't even know what you want anymore. You don't know which to go for.
And the problem is that this is not just about men. It's simply about women too.
You don't want to becloud your judgment.
Right, because women also, they're talking to one man.
Dominate.
They are also talking to other guys.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way thing. So you don't think it's also only about men alone.
For real. So unless you are not, you don't have any intentions of settling down with that person.
Yes.
You want to still be the player kind of guy. But
Right.
if you're intentional, if you
see what you want,
you
go for it.
Go for it. Stick with what you want. There's no need having just saying you want to. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. How did they say that?
Yeah.
So you
just try to cast your nets
on
many waters.
At the end of the day, it really doesn't determine if you're going to get a good one.
Absolutely.
That's not a determinant. So.
Great. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Then tell me, it's been 3 years since your wife came here.
Yes.
Almost
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any did you notice any big change when she came? Did you notice? So now you've described her as this person. Oh, before she came here, she was this. When she came, was there any attitude she displayed that made you, am I sure that coming here is a good idea? Something like that.
Well, no, not really. I would say that when she came here, aside from the normal, usual couple misunderstandings,
right,
here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing to where I would be like, oh my God, so how come I was so blind?
I made this
and
mistake.
How come I didn't see this when you were in Nigeria? No, she's still who she was when she was there, and she's still the same person. If not even better.
That's nice.
Yeah, if not even better.
So there was no time you felt. So even before she came, did you feel any kind of pressure about the fact that what if she comes and then turns out something that I won't be able to control?
To be very honest with you, the odds were not in our favor. I would say two of us. Yeah. Both of us. Yeah. My family, my friends were not very supportive of me filing for her, bringing her over here.
I was going to hear that.
To be very honest with you, my family, my friends, and I wouldn't say it came from a place of hate. It actually came from a place of more caution.
Right.
But they were more of, hey, we've heard this. We've heard that this is what happens whenever a woman
comes over to the US, to abroad.
Sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to be very honest? They vehemently did not want that to happen. I'm talking about my family.
Yes.
But
to an extent, sorry for cutting you, he took part of him. So he became scared to an extent. He would just randomly tell me, I'm scared. I say, scared of what? say, I don't want someone that will come to America, and like he doesn't want at last, so that what his family said or his friends said will not come and.
So
you understand? He'd
my
be like,
my
I don't want them
she's
to.
actually she's actually right.
Do you understand?
But
So he had that fear.
the
part of
fear
him.
the fear was not the
What
the skepticism. I'll use the word skepticism, not
Yeah.
really fear. The skepticism was not that she was going to make life miserable from when she comes here or something like
Yeah.
that. No, it was basically, where you hear when you hear something over and over and over and over again, after a while, you might start picking out some strands of truth from what you hear over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I kept hearing it over and over from my family, my friends.
Yeah.
So, sometimes during our conversation, me and her having this, we're just talking, I wouldn't like tell her that I'm scared per se. I would just tell her to promise me, because I went all out.
He never had double mind filing.
I went all out. She's my living, breathing witness.
Yeah.
I went all out. I never had double mind about filing for her. I went all out. I went in, and I will tell you this, during the time that I filed for her, when I tried to bring her over here, that was during the most difficult part of getting someone here. That was during Trump's first tenure.
Mm-hmm.
And that was during COVID too. That was when we had all those backlogs and all that. So yeah, when I say I fought hard to bring my wife to this country, I know what I went through. It was battle. She went to interview several. Look, let me bust your bubble. Do you know that I had to? I came into the country and took my wife to the registry. That was when I was putting in the paperwork and all that. You definitely need to get married in registry and have all that.
Have all the papers.
And all that good stuff. I came into the country without the knowledge of any member of my family.
Wow.
They were not in support. They didn't want me to bring her to the United States.
So what was the intention, to keep her in Nigeria?
They said, start your family in Nigeria. You want to have babies? Come down to Nigeria and your wife will give you babies in Nigeria. Make her comfortable as much as you can make her comfortable in Nigeria.
And then live here, and then be here.
And just be here and just keep coming back. When you guys have had the number of children you guys want to have, their thought process was, there's a stage a woman will get to, she would no longer want to even leave her marriage.
Yeah.
When she has, women would change, childbearing,
yes.
When she has her children, the children, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It will get to a point where she'll be like, there's nowhere for me to go anywhere. Let me just stay here.
Because I've given my life already.
Because at that time, my wife was, young. I got married to her when she was 23. She was like 23, right?
Yeah.
23 years of age. So they were like, she's young, just got out of school, she's beautiful. Come on, man.
So the chance of leaving you
is high. So reduce her market value.
When she sees that things are popping outside.
Reduce her market value. You understand? That was the thought process. Reduce her market value. Let her have babies for you as much
and
as
then
you
when
can.
she wants to leave, she will question
She
her,
will question
her
herself,
life. That if I live there, is there anything outside for me?
Is there anything outside? With how many children that I've gathered? That kind of a thing. That was where they were going to. And I was like, how will I just take somebody's daughter and turn her to a baby making machine? Because that's a baby making machine. And just come back to Nigeria, get her pregnant, go back, come back. It doesn't work like that. I'm very family oriented.
Yes.
I want my family. So I said, since it was like that, I wasn't getting any support. And I flew into the country without anybody's knowledge. Took my wife, Ikoyi registry, straight up. I got married to her in the registry with no single member of my family present.
Wow.
It was strangers that signed
the witness.
witnesses for me.
Yes.
And her. That was all I needed. I just wanted to be with my wife. That's all. I didn't care. So if I was scared, I wouldn't have gone through all that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fear like my wife just said. It was more of skepticism. So I was more of like...
So I made a lot of promises.
Yes, I was more of like...
Promise me.
Promise me.
Promise me.
Because if a man would not give a damn about his family's opinion, like everybody can just I don't want to use that language. Everybody just
Yes.
face your life.
Yes.
Leave me alone. If a man can make that decision to stick to his wife and against all odds, I was more of, no, let it not be that. Let it not be that. Later on, they say who he will laugh last.
Last best.
Last
Maybe we
best.
told you.
Maybe we told
Yes,
you.
you know.
I
I can imagine what was going on in your mind at the
So
time.
many things.
I can just
brother,
imagine.
So many things.
And it's not an easy thing to. Do you know what family is? Like trying to shut them out and do your bidding.
And do my bidding.
That's tough.
It was huge. I'm telling you.
That's really tough.
It was.
So for you, did you receive any kind of backlash from your family or friends? Did they talk to you about the idea of coming to the US and what you could stand to gain when you were here, empowering you as a woman, standing tall, independent? What was it for you?
My own family.
Yes.
My own family, they care about me, they love me, but anything that concerns my marriage doesn't concern them.
In what way?
In every way. They don't intervene, they don't interfere, they don't I believe they know the kind of they know I have a mind of my own.
Yeah.
Growing up as a child, you know, I was determined to do. If I'm determined to do something, I'll go to it, and they believe that I can always handle myself.
Yeah.
So I don't discuss my marriage with my family. To an extent, I don't. I only confide in my sister, my elder sister, and we just seal it there. The bad bows, the good side, the beautiful memories, I keep it to myself. You understand? If I fight my husband, me and my husband fight, we enjoy ourselves, break our head.
We've never done that.
I'm just
That's an example.
No, I said if. No,
my
we've
God.
never. I will never. I'm saying if. That's why I use the word if.
Yes, I understand you.
Like whatever happens in my marriage
Stays within the
in my
marriage.
I don't discuss. My parents don't ask. If my phone ring and my dad is calling, it's just to check up on me. In fact, if they say like 1 week they've not heard from me, they are worried. But just to know everything is fine.
Yes.
Are you okay? How is the children? How is everything? That's it. Okay, so your husband, my regards to your husband, that is it. So when I was in Nigeria, in fact, they were pitying me that marriage where you marry 23 years old, you went to America when you're almost 30. All those
that's
years
almost 7
wasted.
years.
Yes. All those years wasted. If not picking at they born that time, I believe they born picking.
Eventually be.
My first child don't reach like 6-7 years. So all those wasted years with all the basketballs, the small rosemary, choco, and the bobrisky mixed inside. So we are too young, but they believe that our daughter, she's a strong fellow, like she has strong mind. She go fit carry whatever comes up. Marriage, they say, man, wait till you open for back, and now you go see, go manage her. Whether it's good or now your kaya you go carry. If it's bad though, now your kaya you go stay carry. If it's beautiful and rosy, now see your market where you buy, now you go carry.
Let me ask you.
So my parents didn't really look at. They just want me to be with my family, my husband, which is your place. It doesn't matter America or Europe or Nigeria or village. They just want you to stay and start building your family. So they're not really interested in America or not America, and that's the truth.
So in all those years that you stayed in Nigeria waiting for your husband to file for you, all those times the back and forth about the waiting period, was there any form of pressure on you? Did you have any doubts if this was going to happen? Or did your friends actually even believe that at some point you would leave Nigeria to meet your husband?
My friends, you said. My friends to an extent they thought I was
They thought
because
they
had abandoned you. Exactly. It has to be that.
No, my cousin, Andy Benz, the wife, once told me that she heard. And she didn't hear. I'm sure she was the one that actually said it wherever they gathered to say it. But she came and said, when someone said they heard somebody saying, she's part of those that said. But let's not go that route. She said that she heard that she was somewhere, she heard that I'm no longer married. My husband have pursued me. I said, pursue me, go away. You know, I told you now. I told him, like, okay, when my husband met me, I was into acting.
Yes.
I act Nollywood.
Yeah.
I did theater and film studies.
Actually, I didn't see you in one of the movies.
So
Sure.
I was becoming a face in Nollywood. So when
Yeah.
he met, he was my number one fan. Like
Right.
this man. If I make a post on Facebook, that time Facebook wasn't paying, but I used to have serious engagements.
Yeah.
If I make picture like this, before 20 minutes. I don't reach like 1K. To get 1K like that time.
At the time.
Now 1 million view now.
Yes.
Now 1 million like.
Right.
So he's the first person. He used to be my cheerleader. Where you see someone cheers you up, like, even when after he got married to me, he wanted me to pursue my acting career. But I'm saying Nigeria or whatever is corrupt. I don't want to go that route. So he always cheered me up, like, okay, you can do this. So my friends, to an extent, coming back to your question,
yes,
to an extent, even believe, because my husband is abroad, but why are you not joining her or your husband? So why are you not joining him?
Yes.
Why are you not with him? He shouldn't be here. And I'm not just there. They've never seen him come around.
That's the point.
Because after I got married in 2018, 19, 20, COVID, short lockdown. Before Trump can't even come ban, that was when he banned Nigerians.
Yes.
So those long, that distance is coming back. So I was a lonely bird on air.
Yes.
And I was fine. So pressure from friends, no pressure. No one pressured me, but there were gossips saying that she's no longer married. Her husband is no longer married. She's alone. She's divorced.
But then those things never got to your mind. Never got to you.
No.
That's good.
We talk, my husband, we have 355 days.
365, yeah.
In a
year.
We talk like more than 1,000 times in a year. We talk more than 3 times a
So
day.
that communication kept everything, the feel
It was
going.
very strong. In fact, when I went for my visa in my interview, one of the things they requested was my call logs. It was like this.
Wow.
Yes, my call log, how we met, Facebook chats, everything.
Yes.
I printed everything, took it
Yes.
to embassy. It was like this. He said, "But we can't go in with you." I said, "These are my requirements. They have to go in with me." It was like this. Yes, I'm not exaggerating.
Wow.
Our first conversation on Facebook was there, page by page, year after year. Or without even all the missed calls, I printed everything. It was. So the communication, he's very good in communication, and that helps a long way. When I want to get tired, like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired, like, what's going on? But it wasn't his fault, because, of course, and again, he's good with information.
Right.
My husband knows a lot when it comes to information.
Yes.
He reads a lot. So he knows a lot as well. Sometimes he's my personal, not sometimes, he's always my personal
ChatGPT.
tutor. I ask him everything. I say, he just said, "Baby, I don't know everything. You're asking me, why is this house built this way? This one is different from this house. Our own house is different from our neighbor's house. Why is it joined together?" He say, "This one is called townhouse. This one is this one."
Right.
I say, "Okay, but you know the answer. You say you don't know everything, but everything I've asked you,
You know the answer.
so you know everything." So like, he knows. I'm proud to actually be his wife.
Yeah.
He knows a lot. I know I'm smart, but I'm not book smart. My husband is he knows a lot. When I say I pray that my children have his
Brain.
kind of brain, I'm not asking too much. This man knows a lot. If you sit down and start educating you on, so maybe he's not a doctor, he's an engineer. He will take you
Through all the routes.
If you bring mathematics, he will eat it up. If you bring medical, whatever, he will slay it. Every branch of life, he knows. If you enter politics, you will be intimidated. He knows. If you want to enter history, you finish work. So you don't based on, he knows. So I knew. I never doubted him for one day that
everything he told you about the reason
I was patient.
Yes.
I believe him, and he wasn't sleeping on the fence. He was making efforts, and I was seeing his efforts. In fact, this man sitting down here, my husband, sued the U.S. Embassy. He dragged them go court. I don't hear someone say their husband did that or their wife did that, trying to bring them. He paid lawyer.
It got to a point.
He got immigration lawyer. So I'm not
I
there.
had to file a lawsuit against the Secretary of State,
against U.S. Embassy, against USS, whatever. He sued all of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had the case was in the Washington D.C. district.
District court, yes.
Yes. I had to. I sued them.
He sued them.
It was when
He paid like almost 5,000, right?
About $5,000 for the legal fees.
For the legal fees, yes.
I had to sue them.
We were just waiting for the procedure of the stage by stage filing. We got the last stage. Everything was fast until just to get visa interview. We waited for visa interview for almost 2 years, for almost 3 years.
Yeah, it
That's
just,
crazy.
it just got stuck. It's just like someone
If you
just
call
took
them,
a
you see
file
they are
and just
working
threw
on
it
it.
away. Like nobody was
Give
checking
us dates,
anything.
no available dates.
No date. Anytime
The
I
moment
call,
he sued them,
the moment I
within 2
sued them,
weeks, it wasn't even up to 2 weeks.
wasn't even up to
They
that.
mailed
Let me
me, gave me
I would be
dates.
safe to say about 2 weeks. The
Wow.
date, the
I
date
enter
miraculously
interview,
came
they
out.
say, "Madam, come and carry wahala they go." They don't even ask me any question. They only ask me, "How long have you been married?" I say yes.
You should just ask them now.
Is this the product of the marriage? My son, my first son, Jaden. Is it product of the marriage? I said yes. It's okay. You know, they said that was it. There was nothing like any question.
Yeah.
So, madam, the look would be like saying, you know, I'm not carry out go cuts, not carry out go cuts. They don't even stress me. He always say, you know, you can do passport for this job. He's always a citizen. I can see from the system. You're going to say, I say yes, a citizen. Just tell you to go and proceed to get your son his US passport. I said, I've already done it. Say, oh, that's smart. Okay. That was when I knew that the ground is soft that they'll give me. Before she now told me, so yeah, there was no pressure from friends.
That's good.
And
That's
I was
good.
I never doubted him because he's making effort and I'm seeing it.
Yes.
And he carries me along on every step. Whatever he's going to do, he will tell me. Whatever he's done, he will tell me. Even the one he didn't tell me what he's going to do. After doing it, he will still come and tell me. You see what I did, or I took this step. Okay, let's talk about it. So yeah, he's very good with communication.
Please tell me, sir, why do you think people like us, Nigerians that are abroad, that are bringing their wives, why do you think we're having all these issues out there? What are you guys doing differently? What is the problem? Why is this in the front burner? Why are the wives behaving the way they're behaving? If I say the wives now, they will come for me. But why are the husbands also behaving the way they're behaving?
Yeah,
because it
it's a
seems to me that, of course, you know our culture.
It's a two-way street.
Called traditional men, we love to be the providers at home. We love our wives to do the cooking, to take care of the homes and everything. And this
You can still have all that.
yeah. So now that's the
I
point.
still have all that.
Good.
My wife cooks my dinner.
Now
she's right here. You can still have all that.
when people come here, we know that for sure without even mincing words that the situation is different. The husband will be working, wife is working. Probably the children are even going to daycare or all these things. When people come back together, people are tired. And some people want the wives to go and do the regular things that she does, maybe from home. You know, there's this power tussle that goes on between couples, and that seems to be the case for every time. And then the woman will be like, oh, now that I'm here, the laws are
In my
favor. I can act independent. Once I get my nursing degree, which is the usual degree that makes them that empowers them, they will fly out. What is the problem? Why are we having these issues?
Okay. Well, I can't say generally why we're having issues, and the reason is because what works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B.
Yeah.
But I can say this for a fact. Let me use myself as a case study. My marriage with my wife as a case study. There's so many variables that one needs to consider.
Yeah.
If number one, and the most important thing is the intentionality of the couple to stay married, to want to stay married, to want their marriage to work. These laws that we're talking about that is in favor of women and not in favor of women, or whatever the case might be. Do you know that we are not the African people are not the only immigrants in this country?
Of course, absolutely.
We have Indians that are here. We have Chinese people that are
Asians,
here.
yeah.
The Asians.
Yeah.
We have Hispanic people that are here. That are here as well. To be honest with you, we are the ones that are actually abusing these so-called laws. These other people, the Hispanic people, they live here. A lot of them. I will say that they don't go through divorces and all that, but you hardly come across them abusing. I would like to use the word abuse because, to be honest with you, the laws were there to actually protect women.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And if they're using it for their own protection, I don't have any problem with that. There's no problem with that. If you are an abusive man, you're hitting on your woman, you deserve to be locked up. Period. That's just how we say it. I don't care if anybody wants to call me a simp or whatever you want to call me. If you are abusive, you're hitting on your woman, the law need to come after you.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't care. I told my wife when she came into this country, she's here. the day I would hit you, what did I tell you?
It was even in Nigeria. You told me that.
It was before she came here. The day I would touch you, what did I tell you to do?
She called the call.
I told her to call 911 on me the day that I would hit her, because I'm not a woman beater.
Right.
I would never hit a woman. It doesn't matter. So yeah, the intentionality of the couple to stay married, to walk things through, is very key. Because if the couple if they're not intentional about their marriage, then these other variables, the other factors will come into play to tear them apart. It is the intentionality to stay married that will make you resist the urge to do certain things. It is the intentionality to stay married that will make the both of you talk things through as a couple. It is the intentionality to stay married that will make you tolerate each other.
Right.
Tolerate your excesses, each other. It is that intentionality that would keep you guys together. Then one other very key variable that a lot of people mistake, and a lot of people get it wrong, and this goes both ways, both the male
and female, yes, yeah.
Is the person who brought someone into this country. Don't make yourself that person's God. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's very.
Don't make yourself that person's God. Don't make yourself the alpha and the omega of the person. Do you understand what I'm saying? I went through everything that I went through to bring my wife here. I did not go through all that because my wife was a wretched person in Nigeria and I just wanted to bring her from the gutters.
Yeah.
And she was fine. She comes from a respectable family. She was doing okay for herself. She was okay. I didn't meet a hungry girl by the side of even if I met a hungry girl by the side of the road, that doesn't give me that's not a yardstick for you to bring someone here and make yourself lord over the person.
And rub it all over the person's face.
And rub it all over the person's face that I was the one that brought you to this country. If I had not brought you, where would you have been? So people when they bring their spouses into this country, they no longer see the spouse as a partner. They see themselves as...
You know how they place independence?
Yeah, they see themselves as that was the avenue for you to make it into God's own country. Come on, man.
Right.
I brought her over here, and I don't think... sometimes whenever we're joking about it, when we're having our usual couple playtime,
yeah.
I could crack jokes like, if not be for me, we carry you come.
But
that's banter.
Yes.
But you would never. I can't recall any time we were having let's say we're having a disagreement. Couples fight. We're having our disagreement or fights. And if I'm saying anything that is wrong, I mean, you can counter me. I could trust my wife; she will counter me. Yeah, but there has never been any time when we were having our moments and you hear that word come out of my mouth like
as a weapon. Yes.
For me to remind her that after everything that I did for you, that kind of a thing.
Right.
I never did that because I don't consider this place, this United States of America, I consider this place as a regular place.
Right.
If I was in Nigeria, if Nigeria was my base, if that was where I was based, where I have my, where I was working and all that good stuff, and I met her in Nigeria, we will still be happily married in Nigeria.
So it doesn't mean
the location is not. I don't see it. Some people think. Some people think that we are okay. I'm in America. I'm a United States citizen. So when I go to Nigeria, that woman that I'm going to bring here has to worship me because I am the one that filed for her. Come on, man.
We even have a friend.
Come on, it
that
doesn't.
is rubbing it all over the wife's face.
If you go that route, you're starting to get things wrong.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I did different. Maybe that was that. Maybe if people, like I said, what works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. But that's one thing that I did different.
Yes.
I never rubbed it on her face, and I never made it look like I did her a favor. She's my partner.
Yeah.
Number 2 variable. A lot of people a lot of people tend to not be open with their spouses
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
I see that the moment you start hiding things from your spouse, then you're only digging your own grave. You're starting to cut up the foundation of your entire marriage.
Yeah.
Before she came over to the US, like she rightly said, I am her tutor. I see a lot of people would want to keep certain information away from their spouses because of the fear that
they will know a lot.
They knowing a lot. So, you know, they use that balance. She don't do tear eye.
Exactly.
She don't do tear eye for
Mm-hmm.
this country.
Mm-hmm.
So people keep a lot of information away from their spouses. Some people would. I have friends that have gone as far as trying to keep the spouse away from certain friends. You know,
Don't talk
to this person because this person will open your eye. You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Another thing I did different was I was her tutor. My wife was still in Nigeria, had not even come to this country when she started learning everything about the United States.
The law they are talking about that favors women, that everybody is using, most Nigerian women, not every women, are using against their spouse whenever they come here. How did I even know about it? Like I said, I'm not the reading type. Honestly, I don't like reading. I don't like book. Right? It doesn't mean I'm not smart. But book-wise, I know. Like, as I read though, I read very well. I go UNN for soccer.
Yeah.
Mm.
As I read, I go university. I be degree holder, right? But when it comes to, you know, some people like to read. My husband, if you see a novel, somebody will read novel like this in 3 days. That's not me. I don't have that patience. Like I know fit to read. I fit it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to reading, I know. But when you see, I love to ask questions. And I'm glad and I'm happy and I'm proud I have someone who knows almost, he doesn't know it all, he's not perfect, but he knows like enough to educate me. Right. So I love to ask questions. I didn't even ask him. So when I know about this law, the almighty law you're talking about, he told me about it. I can't say I read it. I didn't read it. I don't like reading. I don't even like watching news. Yesterday I was telling me, baby, watch news now. How do you know what's happening around? I said I'm not interested. And then I want to watch Trump talking about what, how tariff is going up, how it's coming down. I've been saying they shoot person for Chicago. What news exactly? Where police is doing police chase. Every news I want to see in America, I go to TikTok. And there they see first class news. Right? If you refresh your FYP, news latest will come up. The news on the Trump one, I'm not interested in it. So anything I want, so how do you know? Okay, I'll ask you, tell me. We just laugh about it. So if I'm not Jenko, until you're not there, for now you're there, you answer me, right? So the law they're talking about, he told me about it. Now I'm using myself now like as a point of contact with other women. Like, how did they know about this law? How did they know? You can't know what you don't know until you know. How did they know? Is it that their spouse told them about it?
Or some people advised them?
Someone else advised them. I have friends in America here. That's not my husband. I have relatives here. Right? But it's a distant something. We're not even close. When I was in Houston, I was close to, Houston is big but it's small.
Yeah.
Right? So we're just like 1 hour, 2 hours. That is highest person is like 2 hours away, which I can still drive, right? Today I drove 3 hours going somewhere. Yesterday I still drove 3 hours going. So 2 hours I can still drive if I want to go. But everybody's minding their business, right? So until you come out, like call you. But the law, who educates these women about this law? So maybe a friend somewhere. But a friend telling you about the law. What was he telling you to do with the law?
Right.
Is he telling you so you can capitalize on it and know when to use it against your spouse? Like, what's your motive of you knowing about the law? He told me, so I will know. He didn't just tell me about the law. He told me about so many things. He's my tax educator. Like he said, he's my tutor. He educates me on so many things. Yeah. About tax, about filing, about job, about every American thing I know today. He tells me about them. He told me. He teach me. I'm ready to learn. Tell me, and I'm good with it. If I hear something, it don't stick.
Yeah. So that's one of the variables.
So some of them,
I
when you tell your wife or your spouse or whatever about this law, what's your motive telling them? Is it for so they will use it against you, or so that they will just know for knowing? Say no, you that they are telling, and you that is conceiving inside your mind and putting it somewhere inside your mind. Why are you keeping it that place? So that when do you want to use it?
The way I saw it is, I educated her on so many things about how life generally,
Yes.
how we live life here,
Yeah.
right? Because I wasn't going to clip my wife's wings.
Yes.
I wasn't going to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, stay here, don't stay here. Be free. Marriage is not bondage.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself, live your life. I would always support your ambitions, whatever you want to do, friends that you want to keep. Yeah, I'm very aware. I'm not a friend making type of person. I keep my circle very, very small. She, on the other hand, she's very sociable. But one thing that I've always loved about her, one thing I noticed about her is she is the kind of person that is not easily influenced. So she could have tons of friends, but their ways of life would not rub off on her. I know for a fact, unless she wants to do something,
yes,
you can't influence her to do anything, or unless it's something she wants to do. I am married to her. I've been married to her for 7 years. I can't even influence her to do things unless she wants to do it.
Right.
How much more you that is not
outsider.
So she's not the type that gets easily influenced. So that was a plus for me, because most of the problems that diaspora marriages face could also be attributed to peer pressure as well.
And taking advice on different
women, men coming over here from Nigeria, they start to mingle with people, and people start saying, hey, this and that and this. I've encountered where a lady was asking, and this was in my former place of work. They were having a normal conversation. A lady was asking the other. They were talking about their homes and whatever the case might be. And one of them was saying that she has to hurry home because she has to prepare meal for her husband. And the other one was asking her that,
in America,
you actually cook for your husband.
You see the problem.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where the peer thing comes in, But I'm very grateful for the kind of woman that I got married to. So you could be her friend. You could give her all the advice in this life you give her.
She will receive it and take the one.
She would two of you would gist and have your conversation. At the end of the day, when she's gone, she will still come back home to come and take care of her family. So that's one variable. I made sure that I educated her. I didn't keep anything from her, because it would have. I saw that it would have been different if some of the things that I taught her, she was learning it from outside. Just let's say, for example, I've already told her that if I ever hit you, call 911. Then she's your friend, and you are having conversation, and this one is saying, talk, enter talk. And
yes.
You are now talking about
you
how
he did that.
You mean
you know he can call 911?
Do you know you can call 911?
Why would he even stop? Do you know that you have a right over? Do you understand? So this man never told me about it. But if you tell me something like that.
So this man was keeping this kind of information from me, but he has already told me. I know. All this thing that you're telling me, I know.
That's a way of like disarming.
I know
every
I'm telling you. Don't bother telling me the next one, because of course I know.
Yes.
Or even if I don't know, I'm not utilizing.
Tell me. I know. He has educated me on all these things. I know, no problem. Then another thing again is, I see a lot of a lot of guys. I see a lot of people that would keep things from their wives. And when I say things, material things. Okay, I was opportune to have acquired some property before I got married to her. A house in Houston, vehicles, but all materialistic things. And when my wife came here, never for one. In fact, the tense that I use whenever I'm referring to that house had to change. It went from being my house to our house. I've never called that house my house. And to God be the glory, we've bought 3 other houses in this country, and it's been me and her. It's never been my property. It's not, you see some men will be hiding hiding from your own spouse. You know, I don't want her to know that I have this property. I don't want her to know that I have that property. I don't know. Come on. Your marriage has not even failed, but you are starting to prophesy failure into your marriage. It has not failed yet. Calm down. There's no need for all this. I see her as me. She sees me as her. So there is nothing that we hide from each other. I see people that will file taxes and not tell their wife that they file taxes. I've seen people that will take their wife's documents without her knowing, just to go file taxes, to be able to keep, all that. I'm as open, as plain as a book to this woman, to the nature of my work, how much I make, my, the hours I put in at work. Everything is just as open to her. Because I believe that if you are open and very plain with the woman that you are married to, unless it still comes back to rule number one, if there is no intentionality in the marriage, then all these things that you're doing, you're just wasting your time. But I've already studied and know that the person that I'm married to wants our marriage to work. So I was lucky to find a woman that wants to stay in a marriage, wants our marriage to work. Well, my actions is geared towards making her see value in our relationship, and not isolating her, because she's not an outsider. She's me and I'm her.
This is wonderful. I mean, I'm really challenged, impressed at the same time.
It has worked positively for us. And
it's not always rosy. I mean, we have our
downsides too.
Gazbos, yeah. But when you're intentional about something, I mean, everything works out effortless.
Right.
Another reason I see couple who bring their spouse can be either of the
male or female, yes,
over here. So why I feel maybe the first day might be rosy and beautiful, then some people have seen when they have a child, or even if they have a child they come over to the country with, then suddenly they start having problems.
Yeah.
And then, my husband have said some of the things that possibly could lead to breakage or divorce after and all that. So another thing I think is one of the reasons is your spouse is here in America working before you came, then suddenly you come over as a woman, you want to start working immediately. Everybody wants to make their money. Of course, we preach women have your own money.
Independence, yes.
Be independent, have your own money. You earn your own respect and all that. At least you contribute. It's
to the family.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But you don't have to do that immediately, especially if you have a child. If you have a child or children. Yeah, we have daycare. That's why in America, I keep telling my husband, sorry. Now I understand why daycare is so expensive, because nobody wants to stay at home and look after their kids again. Everybody wants to live the American dream. Everybody wants to make the American money. Everybody wants to make the dollar. Everybody wants to start earning something. Nobody is interested in looking after the kids, and that's why you have so many wayward children in America. They say American children don't get respect. Sorry, my own children get respect, because somebody has to stay at home. Are you Igbo?
Yes.
Ndị Igbo ga-asị gị nwoke bụ ezi, ya a na-asị gị family in Igbo land is ezinụlọ. Nwoke bụ ezi, nwanyị bụ ụlọ. The man is the outside. Is it because American system there's a lot of jobs, everybody can normally in our culture, right? Why you're supposed to be a full-time housewife? Well,
not everyone will agree with that.
Yeah, now there is 21st century that we are in. I won't even agree to that.
Right.
But don't throw everything away.
That's be a balance.
Balance it, right? I can't be this is for 21st century, but if you want me to be the full-time housewife, of course I can be the full-time housewife. But you have to give me upkeep.
Right.
Because I'm jobless, but I'm not jobless. Taking care of the kids. If they should go to daycare, you're going to pay a lot of money, which I will contribute to the payment, and I'll still work and then make my own money. So two of us can be working and the kids be paying the kids' school fees. So if I'm going to stay at home as full-time housewife, at least once in a while, give me something, which my husband used to do. He does it. So my first year in America, I was 100% staying at home. Of course, I want to work, but I have to understand the system. The first place he took me was to go and buy me SIM card. After he bought me SIM card, he took me to Bank of America, opened an account for me, put $1,000 there. Sorry, $2,000 in the account. I said, what's he put? He said, just leave it there now. It's your account. I said, the money there, go just leave it there. It's using my account, it's your money. I said, so just shall leave it there. I left it there now. I no road to Walmart. Maybe if I can't say let me drive myself to the Walmart, nature go take in. What am I going to buy? So the money was almost there for months, right? Of course, I know the money is there. And my husband is not the kind of person that should put eye in money a lot. Like he see this thing as material things, right? He can just normally just give you, baby, just take $1,000. What else? They just take 1,500. Just can buy yourself clothes, buy wig. That's him. So I've taken my time to understand that this is kind of person. So why even like he's a keeper, right? And you have to understand the kind of man or woman you're living with. Know if he's a keeper or a taker. Now, whatever the person is, you know how to follow that person. If you're a taker and you meet a keeper, you guys are not going to. It's just a matter of time. Will not just go on a separate way because you guys are not heading to the same destination.
Right.
So, if he bring me to America from Nigeria, one of the things that causes this misunderstanding that will lead to possible divorce is everybody wants to work. Nobody wants to stay home and watch the kids. You go to work, I go to work, you come back, I come back. We're of course both tired. Now, why will you be telling me in the world is my food not ready? And some of the African men here, you want your wife to work and bring something to the table. The worst mistake you ask a one is, what are you bringing to the table? Of course, I'm the table. Me, I like this, I sit down like this, I'm the table myself. So what are you putting on top of the table? Yeah, I'm asking you to. Because I'm the table.
Now, it's interesting.
So,
what you said.
If I come to America, as long as I'm bringing me, nobody say I don't like to work the money and be independent and contribute in the bills.
Yeah.
Or help him in, because I'm supposed to be a helpmate.
Yes.
That's what Bible say. Man and woman coming together,
yes.
And all those things.
Yes.
Of course I know. Now I want to work and support him. Now if you are lucky enough to see a man that is paying all the bills, which he's doing, right? And doesn't really bother you about the bills and all that.
Right.
Why are you in a hurry to go and work? And you have kids. In Nigeria, they don't even do daycare in Nigeria. All those daycare. Like Nigeria is a different system there.
Right. So
why will you send a 6-month-old baby daycare? Nobody is not normal, it's abnormal. But the system here is different. Everybody, you are giving birth this month with CS, 3-4 months time, looking at going back to work. Like it doesn't happen like that. Your body doesn't heal like that. Why? Because they want to make their money. Now you go to work, you that is the man. The wife just has CS. You're going to let her go back to the job. I understand some women don't like listening to the husband. In terms of, you just put to bed now, at least give yourself 1 year before you resume work. Take full maternity leave. They want to go back to work. Now, you go back to work with your CS half healed, your body, your cut, CS, whatever. You want to go back to work to start making the money. Sending the kids back to daycare. Now, you go back to work 9 to 5. You come back 9 to 5. Husband come back. Maybe possibly there's no food in the house and we're both hungry.
Right.
Normally, two of us should go to the kitchen. Assist me, we assist ourselves, put something together and eat. But I believe I feel one of the things that causes the problem is one person relaxing and the man of the house. Okay, give me food, serve me food, let me eat. You know quite right that I've been out there working as well. I went to work just like you went to work. There's no extra powers out there. I don't have any magical powers. You went to work, I went to work, possibly 8 hours or 9 hours, the same thing, which is the same thing. You get exhausted the same way I'm exhausted. So what give you, like, why do you think I have extra power to go and make you food? Why not just make yourself food or come, let's do it together? Do you understand? Now, some men, that's where the problem comes in. They want their wife to start playing the wife role from that time, when they just came out from work. They want me to play the wife. Of course, I'm tired. And now when I tell you I'm tired though, or due to stress and hectic day, I might not even use a nice tone to tell you I'm tired. What kind of stupid question is that? Can't you make something for yourself? Gathering the fact that maybe I had a rough day at work and I'm busy, I've been driving, I've been in traffic for so long, getting home to shower and go and rest, something like I'm tired of that, go and look for something. the way I might throw that thing to him might not suit well at that time for him. He'll get angry. Small quarrel that if it just take 1 or 2 days or even overnight to heal might escalate. Like maybe your spouse might have it, might just be a temperamental person, very, very strong. Small thing gets to some people, might take it far. That's why I say you have to understand the kind of spouse you have or the kind of person you have and know how to follow the person. If he's the kind of person that small thing gets to, or someone that actually wave things, okay, he's just tired, I understand. Some men will not even tell you, knowing that we just came back from work, of course she's tired. They just can't do. If my husband will say sometimes, like I'm kind of half staying at home for now. So when he comes back from work, I'll tell him, okay, baby, don't eat something. I made something. Okay, you come back. Okay, well, sometimes you just come back. I'll ask him like 1 million times, what will you eat? You say anything you give me. And anything you give me is not food. If I give you beans and plantain, you tell me you don't even want to eat it. So why not? You understand? Because I have been at home all day. So I have every reason to have food in the house for him to come whenever he comes back.
Right.
And not wait for him to ask me, where's my food? Like common sense should tell me that there should be food, that he shouldn't ask for his food. This man has been out there, right? Working. You've been at home for whatever reason. Even if you are studying at home and you're a student online or whatever, taking classes online, the fact that you've been in your house, your comfort zone, taking the classes is enough for you to make food or have something to serve your husband or your spouse, whichever it could be, any way. But he been out there or she been out there working, right? He just came back or she just came back. There should be something to munch on. Yeah. And be nice about it.
That's true. So I want to ask something. Now, it seems to me that for your family, you have been stabilized, before you even brought your wife. There's a kind of stability that you've had as a person. This might not be the case. In fact, this is not the case for most people.
True.
So someone gets married and then is trying to get the wife over here so they can work together, save money together and raise a family together. And that is why it's tough.
Yes.
So
people live paycheck to paycheck.
Right. And they get here, and exactly what your wife has explained is what happens. When everybody's working, nobody really has time. In the UK, it's worse. Some people know that they don't even see themselves as they're coming in, wife is coming, the husband is moving.
Yes.
It's so crazy.
They intonate, okay, you go in the morning, I go in the night.
Right. So some things happen. And so looking at you, it may not be, definitely the fact that you've been stabilized is a very big plus to whatsoever, to making this marriage beautiful. Some other people that are in this situation where both parties have to work to be able to make a living. How do they go about it?
Yeah, it's understand, baby. Sorry for cutting you. When they both need to work to make something out, or to run the home, right? And maybe possibly they have 1 child or 2 children. Now you can't be working hard, and that's when I I talked about communication. That's when communication comes in. You guys should sit down and calculate, okay, you have to work and we have to put the kids somewhere. Except maybe either of you is lucky to have your parents around. It's a plus. It's going to be a very huge plus.
Which is very rare.
Which is rare. Then just assume that none of your parents is in the country. You guys have to work and the kids have to be put somewhere. Sit down and calculate how much the school is going to take for the 2 kids or for the 1 child. Know how much you're earning. Know how much your husband is earning. Take away your bills, your rent, your house, your mortgage or whatever. Take away the school fees. How much is left to run the home? Which is your main reason for going to work, or for 2 of you to even start working in the first place. If what you have at hand is not what is after you finish taking everything, including the children's school fees, then why going out to work?
So I don't look at it from the angle of just finance.
Okay.
It's not just finances for me. I look at it this way.
And baby, sorry. Okay. You were not, he was okay when we got married. He wasn't as comfortable or buoyant as he is right now. He was still struggling. He has a house then. He bought his house as a single guy then. But he was not financially buoyant compared to recently or compared to now that we are sitting here. So yes, it was not all rosy for him then. He had the house, but having the house is not enough. At least you have to still struggle to pay your mortgage.
Pay the mortgage,
right? So it's not a plus. I would say it's a plus.
Okay. I'm not looking at it from just the finances.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I see that the couple need to be first, my wife rightly said communication is key. Then kindness is also very, very key too. As long as the both of you are kind to each other, knowing fully well that you guys are undergoing a phase of your life, right? So you communicate with each other. We need to work. We have to make ends meet.
Right.
We're not hiding anything from each other. We have to pay these bills. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have kids to take care of.
Yeah.
Right. That communication is where the both of you will jointly agree on the kind of jobs that you guys are going to take,
the hours,
the shifts that both of you are going to take, and
time
when you guys effectively communicate this, and you guys have reached a consensus and you put it into action.
Yeah.
Where the kindness comes in is knowing that knowing that this person would probably need this. You're home, maybe you're not in your shift. Your spouse is going to need this taken care of.
Yeah.
This has been sitting down here. It needs to be taken care of.
Thoughtful acts. Yes.
That's where the kindness comes in. There's no big deal with anybody going into the kitchen to cook for anybody. I'm a good cook.
Yeah.
I used to cook, but funny enough, my wife spoils me. To be honest, when she came, she cooks my meals.
Right.
Gradually, I phased out of that kitchen.
Yes.
Right now, I find it very difficult to even make a sandwich. But guess what? Despite the fact that I don't do the cooking, there's still so many ways that I'm kind to her. There's so many ways that I help her.
Yeah.
We have kids. If you see the way my kids, they always run to me because I'm the one that majorly makes their food, stuff like that. Take care of the house generally if anyone is available. My wife is in the kitchen. She would not want me to cook, but she loves my company. She will call me 100 times to come and sit with me in the kitchen. Let's talk. Let's gist.
And he loves to run back inside.
I work hybrid, so I
Okay.
run back to my computer.
Yeah.
But these are things that would help both people. A lot of us get it wrong when we come here and we start to play the manly role. I'm the man. I would not do this. I'm not meant to do this. I'm not supposed to do this. My brother, this is America.
It don't work like that.
It will not work like that. It won't work like that. So do away with that mentality.
Right.
I'm the man, and this must happen. I would not. Come on, do away with all that. See your spouse as your partner. See your spouse as your best friend. If your guy, your manchi, your main man comes here and is in the kitchen running, doing something, you go there here now. Now go they drink the gist.
Yeah.
Now your man now,
Yes.
right? If you treat your spouse like that, now your manchi be that. She's there doing one thing. You are with her. You guys are having that conversation. Guess what? She will not even feel that. She will not feel that she's
burdened
for you.
Yeah.
She won't feel that she's burdened. She won't feel she's slaving.
Yeah.
She will still do the cooking. Two of you will still be there. Effortlessly. But whereby you cross your leg. See, and this woman just came from a longer shift. She worked just as you worked as well. That becomes a problem. So communication is key. Being kind to each other is very, very key. Be considerate of each other's needs.
Make
sacrifices. When she came over to this country, my job takes me all over the country. I used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
I used to travel. I've been to almost all the states and I've been to Canada, Mexico. I work everywhere. I travel everywhere. So when my family came here, bearing in mind that I had wasted 5 years in Nigeria without them, I'm talking about my wife, my son, without them. They came over here. Then it was as good as they were back in Nigeria because I was never home. I would be home for, say, a week or two.
3 days.
3 days. Next thing you know, I'm on a flight somewhere else. I'm gone. I was always on video call with them. It reminded me of Nigeria.
Yeah.
It got so bad and I fell into depression.
Wow.
And I went back to Nigeria.
She did.
You
she
did?
went back to Nigeria. Yeah.
Wow.
She fell into depression straight. She was depressed.
With my son, my 1-year-old son, Jaden then.
Wow.
Yes, that was her first.
I called her, I said, get me flight to Nigeria.
She just
I don't
called me
care
and
how
said,
much.
just put me on a
I want
flight
to
back
be
to
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria
And I put her on a flight back to Nigeria. She was depressed. She needed to go back to her
I said,
family.
to hell with your America, I'm done.
Wow, this is
And I
new
went
to me.
back.
She was depressed.
I stayed 3 months. I said, I'm not coming back again. Like,
She
I
was
leave me the way I
totally
am.
depressed.
Because it got
I
worse.
was never home.
You know why it's worse in
It
America?
was just him.
Because Nigeria, if I'm bored, I can drive to my friend's house. I can stroll to my mom's
Go to family house.
Go to my
But there's
family
no
house.
bother.
Yeah.
Fly
This place is crazy.
Yeah.
But here, you don't talk to your neighbor.
So
You
it
never
was,
don't talk to you.
it
In
was
fact,
bad.
if you come out, it's a
it
lonely
was
street.
bad.
And my kid doesn't even say mama then. So it was just me.
It was very bad. So
Alone.
that was when lucky
Yes.
for me, an opportunity came at my place of work.
Yeah.
To take up managerial position here in Indiana.
Yes.
But it involved me moving
Yes.
from Houston, Texas to Indiana. I didn't think about it twice. When
You jumped at it.
I jumped at the opportunity, and not because of the monetary aspect of it,
Yes.
but the fact that it was
It's
going
gonna
to
give you more
me
time.
more time to be home for my
Yes,
family.
yes.
Monday to Friday kind of deal. I get to stay home and be with my wife and my kids.
Yeah.
I jumped on that straight up. I called my wife and I talked to her about it. And another thing again that is very, 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 very important. Some people feel that because they brought their spouse from Nigeria to America, that they don't owe their spouse any kind of explanation. You know, say like any decision they want to make, they unilaterally make that decision
and just pass it
your
on.
opinion, it doesn't count.
Right.
Because I brought you, so I don't care about what you think. They unilaterally make decisions. That's not the case for us. That's not the case for. I would say that's not the case for the both of us.
Yes.
We do it differently. In fact, he told me,
It's not the case for us.
he told me, like the recent one that happened yesterday. He walked up to me and said, "Our tenants, one of our tenants in Houston, want to use the house for business."
Yeah, Airbnb or something.
No, like
We
cooking.
gave out our Houston house to
Yeah.
our tenants.
for rent. So
For
the
rent,
tenants
yeah.
want to be running cooking.
Okay.
Like from our we'll have a very big backyard.
Yes.
Not very big, but it's a lot to do business. So I said, he told me, I said, why are you telling me? He said, you have to know. I said, but it's your house. And I said, no, this was yesterday. I said, but he said, no, he told the woman to hold on, let me talk to my wife. The point is that he didn't have to tell me to decide.
But then he did.
But then he did. So what did he reply? He said, I've not told her, I've not given her a reply. I said, let me talk to my wife. This is me telling you. What do you think? I said, I'm not interested. No business. If you want to business, you should go to somewhere else and go and get a space. House is residential and he's living there. Except he's going to pay extra money for whatever business, because that's not a business zone. That's
residential area, yes.
Because customers coming and going, laying hands, is all White House.
Yes.
It's gonna f the property.
Yes.
Maintaining house or remodeling in America is expensive. So whatever peanuts he's paying, with customers coming and going, it's going to them. It's not going to be able to renovate that house. By that time, I'm going to run it at a loss. So no is my answer. You asked me for this, I'm on my own. No, but if you want my opinion,
This is it.
this is we're not interested. So it's a no. He told, I don't know, but he went back and told her no. But he didn't have to tell me. And if he didn't tell me, I won't fight him. I mean, it's his house, right? He got it before I even, but he doesn't skip and he tells me everything.
This is interesting. One last thing I would like to know is, what are you going to tell couples coming up? The people that are, someone is in Nigeria, maybe one person is in the US or the UK or any other place. What are you going to tell them about what to expect, or how they should act, or how they should look at things when they're coming here? You know, I know you've talked about it already, but just like a way of advising people that are intent to reunite with their spouses abroad. Yes. How should they do it?
Go for it. I would say go for it. I would say go for it with the intention to stay together. Go for it with the intention to make your marriage work. See the United States as if you guys are married in Nigeria, in Lagos or Enugu. Don't
attach the benefit of what she's going to get.
Don't attach anything. Don't attach any benefits
sentiments
to it.
to it.
Look at America as just a location. That's how it works for us.
Right.
Just look at this place as a geographical location. For me and my wife, America is just a geographical location. We don't care about what the law, we don't. It's just a geographical location to us. So the same way we would have behaved if we were married in Lagos, Nigeria, or in our community, the village,
or inside the hole,
is the same way we are
behaving supposed to be together.
Here. We are seeing this place as just a geographical location. My wife is not seeing it as an opportunity. She's not seeing it as heaven. Neither am I seeing it as heaven. I'm only seeing America as what? A geographical location where we happen to be living in. That's all. But our family values is still intact.
Sustained.
Our traditional values is still intact as a family unit. Is still intact. And because we are seeing and we are holding on to those values, even though we are not in Nigeria, that is the secret to our success. Secondly, we have children. My advice to couple out there that are trying to bring in their family, and if they already have children, if not for anything at all, because of the sake of your children, I always tell her. She used to tell me, "We die there, because you see these 2 boys that we have.
We ain't going nowhere.
We will die there. These 2 boys we have would not be raised in a broken
So the marriage
home.
has to work.
So the marriage has to work.
You have to put in your effort, and I have to put in
my effort. If you are tired, go and sleep. When you wake up tomorrow,
Your head will be clear.
Okay,
we will
It reminds me of one of the marriage counselors I know. He said that before they got married, they agreed that this marriage is like a house, a room, where there is no window.
You can't look outside.
So once, even if the house is burning, there's no way of escape. You look for a way to quench the fire.
Yes.
And that's the mentality they have.
Okay.
And that's what they've always had.
Philosophy.
There's no way to escape. You have to quench that fire.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Before we got married, before I came to the country, before we got married, right? You used to tell me, whatever we quarrel, we don't carry over to the following morning.
Yeah.
He said it, I think that day you proposed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That if we quarrel or if we fight, you should not see the following morning. We tried it, the initial stage.
I've not been living up to that though.
Okay, you've been carrying these things.
I said we tried it the first year.
Oh my
It
God.
wasn't working.
Actually, the Bible said that anyways.
Because we are humans.
I've not been living up to that. We are humans.
Yes, definitely, of course.
We haven't been living up to that, but we tried it the first time. We couldn't keep up to it because we are humans. Sometimes, ego fuck up. I go need investment for 1 week.
Exactly.
I go vent. So that I go fuck up. Where you go ignore me for 3 days. He's allowed to. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to get angry.
Yeah.
It's okay to get upset.
Yeah.
It's okay to say your mind, right? So no one said there was no. We tried to make it happen, but that's impossible. To quarrel. What if you quarreled 1 hour and then 1 hour to 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Yeah. Before, what if you quarreled 10 p.m. 11 p.m. So I should make up before 12 p.m.
Okay, then before the following day. Okay. I'm not trying to remember what you say.
Like
Now,
50.
and then you need to
I
make up in the next 10 minutes.
Before 10 minutes. It's impossible. I have to vex. Allow me to vex. Then I need to.
You know, this is the first time I'm thinking about this thing.
Let me vex. You need to know that. You need to know the gravity of what you did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That the level of this, how many days the what I reached. I need you to count how many days that.
Yeah, you were really angry, yes.
To understand the level of what you did.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, let's always find a way to come back together. Do you understand? Which one is settled right? It's not possible.
It's us against the world.
Right.
Have it at the back of your mind that this is an advice to people that want to get married and bring their spouses over here. Have it at the back of your mind that a good person would always be a good person. It doesn't matter where the person is, America, Nigeria, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Be intentional, be prayerful, ask for direction. Then also know that you can have friends, but it's not everything that your friends put into you that you have to take hook, line, and sinker and apply it
and bring it home.
I have friends, she has friends, but when you're mingling with people, definitely, especially the ones that their marriages failed, they hate to see
It's
on
success.
people's own
Successful
success.
marriage.
Yes, that's so
The
true.
ones that
And they
have
don't
That's
give
so
you good,
true.
the
positive
ones that their
advice.
marriages fail, they hate to see a successful marriage. Yeah, they are bitter about the fact that their marriages failed. So when you are at your place of work, when you are in your gathering, your church or whatever, at the party or whatever the case might be, if you have a good woman or if you have a good man, shield the person. Try as much as possible to not rub it on people's faces, because at the end of the day, that is where don't give anybody that room to start
Infiltrating, yes.
filling your head with stuff, because in this country that we're in, the family unit is so broken in this
So
country.
broken.
It's so broken.
The system
So
is messed
the
up.
system is messed up. There's a lot of single parenthood out there, and they look at it that, oh, you think you're better than us because you're married, and they start getting intentional in trying to get your
Ruin
marriage
it.
Yes.
to ruin your marriage for you. So don't give anybody room to come into your family setting and start infiltrating your head with things that that you shouldn't be doing, or whatever the case might be. Last but not the least, marriage is not rocket science. Last but not the least, have fun as a couple. It's not don't be the Margaret Thatcher in your house.
Yes.
Don't be the Buhari in your house. Have fun
Right.
as a couple.
Create
memories, because it's those memories that you create that will help you guide yourselves back whenever you start to drift
fight.
apart. When you guys fight, or when you guys start to drift apart, it's the memories that you have created as a couple that on your lonely time,
Yes.
you would make references to. That's why you make you miss your wife. So I look at her sometimes and say, this woman, your wala don't do too much. Oh. But if she enter flight now, go Niger. Make her in Niger too far. The other, she traveled 3 hours to my cousins.
3 hours.
To my cousins. I was calling my wife like, madam,
finish me.
how far now? Go come house. You understand?
Yeah.
When your house is
It's
fun,
a peaceful place
when your
and
house
fun.
is a peaceful place.
Yes.
You see your home as your safe zone.
Right.
You look forward to coming back.
Home. I go to work every day with the intention to come back home, not to go to work every day and I'm thinking when it's getting close to the time to close, and I'm start getting worried, like, am I going back home to this toxicity?
Right.
So your home should be your house should be make your home a safe zone. Knowing that there's really nothing out there. When the marriage breaks up, there's nothing out there. What makes you so sure that the next woman you bring or the next guy that you meet will be better than the spouse that you had before? The devil is better than the angel that you don't know yet. You understand? The one that you have, cherish the guy, cherish your woman. Respect, very, very important too. I forgot to mention that. Very important. Respect your spouse. Respect each other. When I say respect, like infidelity, stay away from it. Be very, very, very. Be very careful.
Yeah.
Don't do anything that will jeopardize your marriage when it comes to associating with the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Discipline yourself. So many women that acted the way they acted started off as good women.
Right.
We were the ones that made the beasts, that brought out the beasts in them. So many women came from Nigeria, not with the intention to come and hurt you.
Right.
So many women came to Nigeria with the intention to better your life. But because of lack of discipline as a man, you go out there, start doing one or two things. You did not leave your old ways behind. You carry your old ways into your marriage. You jumping from one woman's bed to another. Your wife is continuously seeing text messages, seeing incriminating things in your possession, or treating infection, all kinds of nasty things.
Right.
And you think that that's kind of a woman. Look, they say hell knows no fury. Like
the anger of a woman. Yeah, that's what Proverbs says. Yes.
So you don't want to go to that route at all, because that is where that her friend that has been telling her that she can be able
She
to,
will start taking that
she will
advice.
start taking
Seriously, very, very
I need
seriously.
to start looking at. I said, this girl will tell me this thing. Let me start investigating how I will do it. It's true. I'm telling you the
That's
honest
true.
truth.
That's true.
No woman, unless that woman must be really crazy, unless she's crazy, no woman that have had children for you, living peacefully with you, you respect her, you're treating her right, you're loving her, you are doing everything possible to make your family work. No
And
woman.
she's seeing your effort.
We see your effort. No woman, unless, and I repeat, unless that woman is crazy, or unless that woman just married you with the intention to use you to come over to the country.
Right.
That's all. But if that was not her intention,
yeah,
no woman in her rightful senses would just intentionally destroy that kind of a marriage. It's not possible. It's only when you start to allow different things come in with these actions I just mentioned. That is where you start giving her no choice. You know, most guys will say, I brought my wife over here, she started calling police on me, she took my house, she took my money, she took my car, she took my everything.
What did you do?
Right.
What did you do? They omit that part. During interview, when I watch the most of the interviews on social media, I see many of them lamenting, but I've never found not even one who took accountability.
acknowledge that they played
I've
the role.
not found one
Yeah.
who took accountability and say,
This is what I did.
my wife went to extreme, oh, she ruined my life, but make her no lie.
I did this.
I did this and this, oh. You won't see one. They will always say, after everything we bring, no try and bring woman come this, but wait till you do one. Wait till you do the woman. Because it's going to be very, very rare to find a woman that will, see, I brought her to this country. No, never for one day has she in any form, shape, or whatever done anything that would put me in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Why? Because I respect her. Do you think if I start to scorn this woman today, this woman will not go and start looking for ways to
retaliate?
To retaliate. You don't. This is a different society.
Yes.
It's not a patriarchal system in Nigeria where you can just
absolutely
do anything you like to a woman and
walk away with it.
And walk away and get away with it. You expect her to just sit down there and just take it as you're dishing it to her. You see men steadily cheating on their wives, or the ones that even rub it on the wife's face, that don't even hide it. Right. At least the one that hides itself still has small respect. There are some that know they even hide them. They do it on her, rub it on her face. Then you treated a woman like, and another thing again I failed to mention, some women, the way you treat your woman while she was in Nigeria also counts too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
There's some, you scorned her, you treated her like trash back there. Then you now expect the angel to come here.
you know that's when they come here, it's like liberation. It's like liberation for them. Yes,
I'm telling you the honest truth.
Yes.
The same way my treatment of this madam when she was in Nigeria, the same way I continue with her when she came over here. Nothing changed, no difference. You understand? If I was treating her like garbage over there, didn't care about her, did not take care of her, nothing of such. I was, just like you said, I've always been a provider.
Yeah. I
provided everything that she needed while she was there. So I built that trust that I will take care of you. I will take care of you, not be by mouth.
Yes.
I have been taking care of her in Niger. I built that trust. So when she came over here, it made it easier for her to fall under my leadership.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I've trusted this man enough with my life while I was in Nigeria. He took care of me. So while I'm here in a foreign land, I trust him enough to be under his leadership. And when I say that, that's the reason why I can tell her now, say, hey, for the sake of our kids, can we slow down and work for you?
That's the sacrifice I thought.
That's the sacrifice.
Part of it.
Can we slow down and work for you so that we can be able to balance this? Can we, take care of this, take care of that? But why she's wholeheartedly doing it is because of how I treated her while she was in Nigeria. If I had starved this woman, if I never cared about anything about her welfare, You know when she comes in here, now hustle straight now.
Yes.
Make she get her own money.
And she will raise her guard. She will raise.
Do you understand
She will
what I'm
build a
saying?
wall.
Now
Yes.
hustle direct.
Yes.
There's not everything I want to tell her, because if I say, madam, for our children, say, oh, for our children, when I make
Hunger.
you begin to do me like you do when
Right.
I get Nigeria. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
So when I try to tell her, hey, calm down, my wife will calm down, because she knows that I trust this man. When they tell me, say, calm down, we go there okay. We have always been okay. No shaking. You understand?
Yeah.
Madam, you're not working for now. Our kid needs your attention. She takes that sacrifice. Sacrifice means that you are the backup. You are her backbone, so that she can take that sacrifice without any issues.
Gorgeous.
Without any wahala.
Yeah.
You cannot be telling a woman to take sacrifice, but you are not doing what you are supposed to do as a man. It won't work now.
It will not.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is the manner and the way you treated her while she was there. That is how she would, that would warrant if she's going to lay her trust on you or
not.
if she's or not. If she comes over here and you see her hustling, most of the women that come here and enter street hustling, go and check how their men treated them when they were in Nigeria. Because once that woman enter here and she go into hustle direct, is because when she was back home, probably you are the kind of man that will say, you need money, go and ask my brother, let him give you. Yeah, honey, I need money for this, go and ask my mother, she will give to you. You understand?
Yeah.
You've made her like a caricature of herself. Then she comes over here, you say, me that kind of woman no hustle. How much she go hustle?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
She go hustle. It will now become competition.
Competition,
Between
that
you
word.
and your wife.
Yes.
You start competing. She will be looking at how she go take past you. You your own self will look for. So
Which is so crazy.
It's so crazy. You
Yeah,
guys will
it
be
has
competing.
fucked up so many marriages.
You guys will be competing. You're not supposed to compete. You're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be a team.
Lack of communication.
But you're not tag teaming. Rather, you're competing against each other. You see where a woman will come in straight up, nursery school, direct. You know, because I need to make this money. This guy don't to suffer me.
Right.
You understand? The man on the other hand, how will I use to fuck this woman's nursing school up? Because once this one, it's toxic. You guys you compete. You're starting to compete against each other. You're not supposed to compete with each other. You're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be pushing each other towards success.
Right.
This is my greatest cheerleader. As a matter of fact, she's even tired herself. She used to.
Are you saying me?
But you know now.
I'm not.
Yeah, she's. Every day she's pushing me towards make this decision. This is going to help us. Can you expand? Do this, do that. That is the kind of person that she is. If she hears anything that will bring money, Madam is running home to come and discuss it with me. We are a team. We are not fighting against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if people can be able to see themselves like a team, if you guys quit the competition, stop competing against each other. If you guys communicate with each other, respect each other, love each other, it shouldn't.
More, another one, my own advice to people coming over here. If you bring your spouse here, let him or her be him or herself.
Yeah, I said it. Like, don't clip anybody's wings.
Yeah. Don't decide what you want her to be. The best you can do is to guide her.
Yeah.
Not to say you don't stay here for long.
Yes.
Okay, this thing. Okay, when I came here, when I was in Nigeria, I just tell her, baby, I will cook food. I want to cook. I want to sell African store. I want to do this. I want to do that. Nursing was not on my mind. I don't like blood. I don't like anything medical.
Right.
I don't care how much they are making. It's not my thing. My mind no carry am in terms of nobody say I know if he read and pass, but I don't like blood. I don't like seeing all those like the like. I know they must surely see blood, so I can't stand theater. Like I don't stand all those nasty human body.
Yeah.
My mind no fit carry am. So I feel what will help is let your spouse be herself or himself. Guide the person. All you can do is, okay, this thing will work, or this thing will not work, or do it this way, don't do it this way.
Yeah.
When I came, I wanted to do a lot of things. I'm a makeup artist from Nigeria. I know how to make up professionally. I know how to do some many things that people do in America, and they make
you good money. Yeah.
Just one client.
Yes.
He said you have to go to school. He said maybe it's possible. This is not Nigeria that you can just get a shop and start up goods and start.
You have to be certified.
You have to go to school.
Yes.
Like cosmetology school.
Yes.
You have to get this. I see. Even the explanation, if I lost interest. That's me.
That's
I don't
true.
I don't like things taking my time when it's not worth it. When I can always get a shop. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it. He said, well, even if you are good at it, if you bring clients, Akata will call police on you that you don't have certification.
Right.
I said, be Akata, he explained it for me. These people, they don't care. Like, they want to even see your certification hanging in your store before they. I'm being honest. But that was me. Like, I want to do a lot. I want to get a shop and start setting up my. To going to school is out of fit for me.
Right.
So this is nursing. When I came here, people are telling me, do nursing, do cyber security, do medical billing, do scrum master. From scrum. I was hearing his cousin that was here. Oh, be good wife want to. Menunka. So okay, enjoy. Do I have to go to school? No. Yes, cancel it. I wasn't really, maybe true of us. I wasn't willing, and I'm not ready. He feel bad about it because he's a scholar. Like, he loves to read, he loves to get masters, PhD. I'm the opposite person.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Anything you want me to do that brings money, I can take 1 year training and pay me for it.
Yeah.
It will sink well. I'll do it closed eye, perfect. But don't tell me to go to school and learn it. So guide your spouse. Find out what he or she wants to do and guide the person. Now, I was on street of TikTok 3 days ago. I saw someone, she popped on my FYP. She was like, why she left her marriage. That was the title, her caption. Why I left my marriage. She has 2 children. Her husband, she's in UK. Her husband trained her in nursing school.
Yeah.
The man paid everything. Now, when she graduated, according to her, she was happy. They celebrated and everything. She finally got the job of their dream. Now, she said she got the first job. She was doing it. She said how much she was making. Her husband told her to get a second job. She said she cannot do it. Okay, my head no career. Fights don't start though. She said she made peace day. She came here. She went and got second job. She was doing the 2 of them. She won't run mad. He called her and say, sweetheart, I can't do this too. Let's look for this one. Let's go for this one that is paying more and drop this one. I still have home to manage. I'm still a mother and a wife at the same time. She cannot. She's running mad. She's losing her mind. The man say, you must do it. You must do it. That's what she do. Now she can't faint for work one day. They said she's mentally stressed. Mentally diagnosed her of one thing. She said she don't do again. She don't quit even the 2 of them to even get her sanity back.
Yeah.
The man have carry fight come. Fight. The man is not even caring about her treatment. They recommended her to do this therapy, do this one. The man doesn't care about it. Don't know about how long until you resume work. The man was pushing. So in her comment section, people were telling her, why not he that is the man, go and do the nursing and do all the 10 jobs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If he's forcing you to go and do 2 or 3 jobs to bring money, why he's taking something that is moderate or one job for himself, and he's pushing because he's nursing and there's lots of money there. He's without caring about your mental health. Okay, people in the comment section were like, why can't he himself go for since he likes it so much? Why can't he go and study the things for himself and make all the money he wants to make and leave you the hell alone? So the lady saying why she left her marriage is that the man is pushing her more than her limits.
Yes.
She knows her limits, and she could not convince the man that this is my limit. I can't do more than this. So what will help couples bringing their spouse? When you bring your spouse here, communication is one. As I've said it. 2, in my own view, let them be themselves. Joy here. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Also, you know, a baker. Also, you know, a caterer. Okay, see how that can be lucrative in that area where you
Yes.
guys
Leave.
Before we left Houston, there's a spot I feel it was on a permanent site. I bet that was on a good location, that a store that I used to, whenever I'm driving out from the estate, my mind is always in that. I say, baby, I'm going to take this shop. I'm going to take that place now. Before we left, I was saying I'm going to take it until we left that place. And nobody was, for some reasons, that shop was never occupied. And I so much believe that if I set my business there,
It will flow.
the whole world is going to, everybody in Houston is going to come to patronize me. That is me. That was the energy I had. So I'm not after reading to, he's going to support, he supported me already. All right. So Nkebo, you want to do everything. Maybe choose one and let's pursue it. You say, okay, I'm just saying I want to do this because I've not decided. Once I decide, but I know him, and he told me whatever he choose, I'm going to support you. And he didn't just say it. Before now, I've been deciding what I want to do or and he'll be supporting me. So it's no longer news that of course his support is going to be there.
Right.
100%, which is all I need from him. Right? So don't force your spouse to, he might like nursing, he might like other things he want me to do. But for the fact I don't have passion for them and this is not what I want to do, is enough. For the fact that he recognizes and respects that decision,
Right.
is enough to keep your marriage strong. And I mean, you guys not to have one or two. So let your spouse be herself. Also, you know, a caterer or a baker, don't discourage her. Build her or guide her. All you have to do is, okay, this our area is a white. We are. I'm just saying, for instance, your wife wants to be is a baker. You want to do all this cooking or whatever. Guide her. Tell her, okay, this place, you don't have to cook. We are in white
Zone area.
This business might not move here. These Africans are not here. Had it been we are in Chicago, had it been we are in Houston or Dallas, this is where we have African community. I'm sure that, but here, I think you will not sell because 80% or even 95%, so if you make it serious, if you even tell her 98%, because the truth is she just came and she doesn't even know her left from her right. So you're not just her eye that she's using to see, you're her ear. She's using to hear, or he's using to hear. So make that place, that your house, comfortable enough, conducive enough that make it a safe zone for him or her. Don't make yourself a threat to her, because the time you're going to present that thing, you start feeling insecure around you or around her. So let her be herself or let him be himself, and not always rub it to her face like, if I didn't bring you, which one? So after everything what I do, you want to come and start doing mechanic for America when there are other jobs like I know your mate they do IT. Don't be comparing. Do you understand? Because when God created, he gave us this line. They look alike, but they are different. People have made billions, millions, serious money from being a mechanic, right? And they are making serious money.
Right.
Right? So, let your spouse be herself or be himself and just guide that person based on what the person desire to be.
Thank you so much, Mr. Win and Mrs. Dorothy, for coming to my podcast. I really appreciate your time, the insights you shared in this topic. And I believe that people are going to watch and learn more than one or two things, really, because you shared a lot. And I really want to also let you know that I may be bringing you back soon because you have a lot of experience, you have a lot of knowledge to share, and the world needs to hear you. So thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.